What else do we like then? I suppose I was gonna, I've mentioned my love of the Floyd and all their albums. They went, if there's a classic kind of run of albums from, really from Echoes, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, The Wall. Brilliant albums, all of them, and each one of them in its own point, at some point during the course of any given year in my life, I will say, oh, that's my favourite Floyd album. But actually, the one album that I really do enjoy, and there's just something about it that I can't put my finger on, and again, a little bit like I was talking about Abbey Road, about a band that kind of stand aside of each other. Roger Waters and David Gilmour in 1982 really aren't on good terms. And they produced this album called The Final Cut, and it's basically a Roger Waters' view of the post-war world, certainly in post-war Britain. Reflects an awful lot on the current political situation, a lot of mention of Thatcher, of the world around them. Falklands War had just happened in 1982. That's in there. It's war poetry in a pretty modern context, set to beautiful music, which is classic Floyd, really. I mean, the one thing they were very good at was marrying, I think, quite dark lyrics with beautiful music and really well produced and well played, and getting people at the top of the very top of their game in terms of playing and composition and creating of melodies, and soundscapes. And The Final Cut, it moves me. It's a strange album. It's not a cheery album. I mean, given that the Floyd were never really a band to be shaking your backside to, as a rule of thumb, I mean, there's a lot of musicality in what they do. The Final Cut is quite, it's quite depressing. It virtually ends with nuclear war. It doesn't get much more final than that. But it's a beautiful album, and David Gilmour produces some absolutely beautiful guitar work, particularly on the title track, Final Cut, but on other things. And lyrically, Roger Waters, I think, is really at the top of his game. Most Floyd fans reject it as really being a Roger Waters solo album that just happened to have David Gilmour playing guitar and Nick Mason on drums. Rick Wright had already been sacked from the band at that stage, and as I said, that was the last time they performed as a band with Roger Waters in the band, and the rest is history, as they say. But I think it's a fabulous album. I really enjoy it. It's I would say listen to it, find yourself a moment and put it on. It's worth a listen.